All right, everybody, and welcome into the Hayden Coker Show, presented to you by Senator Lance Bell. Senator Lance Bell, the best man that I know. Senator Lance Bell, the best man that he knows. All right, guys, we've got a lot to talk about today. And a little bit of what we're going to talk about right now is, first off, some big things going on, okay? I got to take my glasses off. I got to take a sip of the Hennessy for this one, guys. All right, now the Ashville Bulldogs tomorrow at 5:45 in Birmingham, the BJCC Legacy Arena. The Ashville Bulldogs head coach Caleb Carpenter and these dogs are taking on Fairfield tomorrow night, 5:45 for the state championship. Okay, this is not something that happens in most people's lifetime at Asheville. Okay, it's not. Okay, we are the select few that this has happened to in Asheville history, and this team. But I know for a fact that I'm going to forget some names here, so I do apologize in advance. J.B. Potter, Mace Thompson, Dalton Rice Thompson, Trey Colley, Jamon, Braden Buckner. You got Braden Buckner. You got Brandon Farmer. You got Parker Smith, Parker Jackson. Let's see, I said Mace Thompson. I said Dalton Rice Thompson. I said, is that it? I think that's it. Okay, that may be it. If it's not it, do apologize. Anyways, scratch that. These guys are playing for the state championship tomorrow night in Legacy Arena. That's not something that's heard of when it comes to Asheville basketball. It's not something that's really all too heard of when it comes to Asheville sports in general. This is huge. Okay, this is huge for this team. The amount of adversity that this Asheville basketball team has had to go through is insane. Okay, Moody, they've made it to the state championship for their first time in history as well. That's insane for the Blue Devils. So we got Blue Devils, we've got Bulldogs. Asheville plays tomorrow. I think Moody, is going to play on Saturday. I think. I could not be more excited for the state that St. Clair County is in right now when it comes to athletics. I'm so excited for it. But guys, just in general, look at Asheville. Look what Asheville's doing this year. Well, look at what Coach Carpenter has went through over the span of the last 6, 7, 8 months. Look at what this team has gone through over the span of the last 3 years. It's insane. This is just such a cool story. Asheville went into the BJCC, I believe it was it Monday night? Tuesday night. Into the BJCC on Tuesday night and played Jackson, the 2-time defending state champions, and made it look like they couldn't stay on the court with them. And now I'm not saying they didn't blow them out by any means. What I'm saying is Asheville went out there, they did their thing, and they tired a Jackson team out that had, like I said, won the state championship 2 years in a row prior. So you want to talk about impressive, go look at what they've done, man. Look at what they've done. Moody the same way. Serenity Rutledge is just absolutely insane. What the level that she is on right now, it's just out of this world. Aaliyah Redham, one of the younger girls on that team. Heck, Serenity Rutledge is young too. She's a sophomore. You have Sophie White, who's a freshman who can get up and down the court quicker than anybody in the state. I mean, when I tell you, it is absolutely insane. It is insane. Yeah, Joseph Brewer says, except for wrestling, Asheville's phenomenal at wrestling. So that doesn't apply there. But or track, because they're phenomenal at track, wrestling, archery as well. When I tell you that this is huge for the community, not just of Asheville, but for St. Clair County, this is huge, man. This is absolutely insane. And I cannot wait for everybody. And just so you know, I cannot wait for everybody in the freaking city of Asheville to be there tomorrow night. That needs to happen. I cannot wait for that. I hope to see everybody there. Yeah, absolutely. J.B. Potter put up 26 points in the game against Jackson. Parker Smith had a couple blocks as well. Parker Jackson had a nice 3. Let's see, Dalton Rice Thompson. Brian Jennings, owner at Chick-fil-A, complimented. It comes up to me and says, you want to know, other than JB, you want to know who's one of the best players on the court for Asheville? I said, who are you talking about, Mr. Brian? He goes, number 1, y'all's point guard. Dalton Rice Thompson, man, he facilitates the floor so well. He's like the driver of the whole thing. Everybody else is in the Corvette. He's driving that thing, okay? That's basically what he was saying, and couldn't agree with him more. But no, man, this is something that is extremely, extremely special to this team, and especially, I mean, the community as well, but especially to this team. I don't want to take any shot away from them and what they're doing because this is incredible, but what they're doing needs to be talked about just a little bit more than it really is. Now, is it the talk of the town right now? Absolutely it is. But if we can just get one or two more people to talk about this, I'm telling you, it might make sound waves throughout the earth. I'm telling you, this is huge. But yeah, I need to see you tomorrow night. I've got to see you out there tomorrow night at the BJCC Legacy Arena. Be there early, okay? It was a sea of green the other night. There was a Jackson photographer who commented on Facebook or put a Facebook post out there that said, I don't know who these guys in green are, but they showed up for their team tonight. And they know exactly who that team in green is, now. Now, he was being extremely respectful about it. All the bunch of people in the community of Asheville reached out to him and shared the post and commented on it. Was like, hey, this is Asheville. This is Asheville. This is Asheville. Well, guys, let me just tell you, this is Asheville. This is freaking Asheville, man. And I'm so excited. I don't have a Bulldog on me tonight. I wish I did. But yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's extremely exciting. And I cannot wait to see everybody out tomorrow night because it's going to be a fantastic game up there against Fairview. Now, shout out to Asheville and massive shout out to Moody as well. Moody's up there. They're doing their thing. Head coach Rebecca Davis. She is killing it. Okay. So give your flowers to Asheville. Give your flowers to Moody, Coach Carpenter, Coach Davis, all the assistant coaches as well out there, and the players. Man, I'm telling you, these players deserve all the love in the world that they are getting, and they will get. So go out there, show them some love. Hit them with a quick message on Facebook, man. Hey, congratulations on your Final Four appearance. Hey, congratulations on your state championship appearance. And I'm telling you, man, the younger generation of Asheville fans is coming out too. I've seen countless. I don't know how old they are, but in the stands the other day, I had several kiddos behind me screaming, and I can speak for me and my cousin Cade Walker. Our ears were pierced, and I'm not talking about right here, but our ears were pierced from just trying to hear throughout the whole game because they were screaming, man, and hitting the 6-7 whenever Asheville scored 67 points. I don't know, man. It was fun. It was just such a fun time, and I hope to see you there tomorrow night. It's a Hayden Cooker Show presented to you by Senator Lance Bell. Senator Lance Bell, the best man that I know, the best man that he knows. Man, and one of the massive, massive things that we talk about on the show is how cool our sponsors are, how great they are. Well, Steel 174, man. Steel 174, one of the best that you will find when it comes to construction companies out there. They're great, man. They build houses with efficiency, and they're pretty daggone quick with it, too. So, man, go follow Steel 174 on Facebook. That's STEELE 174. Those guys are still strong, still reliable, still 174. You can go follow Daniel Dawson and Bobby Welch as well on Facebook and get at those guys for all your needs when it comes to coaching. All right, man, back to it, dude. Back freaking to it, man. Asheville, Moody, we're so happy for you. We've got to get into some college sports. All right, college basketball, man. Main talk of the night tonight here at Buffalo Wild Wings. It is roughly 6:08 p.m. And, man, we're yapping, dude. I'm talking my lips off. And I'm glad you guys are here with me to discuss this. March Madness is right around the corner, okay? This is March. We have conference tournaments literally tomorrow, okay? Whether it's the Horizon League, whether it's the SEC, what starts next week. I'm so excited for what is about to happen here in SEC, Big 10, Big 12, ACC, Big East. You've got Sun Belt, ASUN, you've got Conference USA, the American, which is taking place literally right down the road to Birmingham. So, man, I am telling you, you need to get at it. You need to get at it. You need to be watching a little bit of college basketball this week. So, yeah, man. The March Madness app, ESPN, they have it there. You can get on tournament challenges and everything like that. So, and I'm telling you, get in on it. Okay, let's talk a little college basketball, and then we're going to dive into some portal talks when it comes to college football. Why are we talking college football in March? Because I want to, dude. Strictly because I want to. We've got some portal talk going on. Which first-year head coach had the best portal season? Okay, now obviously the portal season is not over yet. Okay, it's going to open back up here, I believe, in April. So, yeah, man, there's going to be a lot to talk about then. There's a lot to talk about now, but let's get into it. We've got college basketball. Let's talk about the Cincinnati Bearcats. So the Cincinnati Bearcats right now are currently 44th in the net. and they've got a strong chance to make the NCAA tournament after an absolute crash out about a month ago from head coach Wes Miller. These guys were sitting at under 500 on the year, only 13 losses. Guys, they've won or only 12 losses at the time. I think they were 11-12, 10-12, something like that. Now they've gone on the win, and they're at I think they're 17-13. This is a Cincinnati Bearcat basketball team that has really come together over the last month, and they've really, really meshed well together. Wes Miller came out of the locker room at one point not yelling, but, pleading to the Cincinnati fan base saying, hey, you know what? I know you're frustrated, but nobody's more frustrated than I am. We're trying to get this thing turned around. I know you aren't happy, but I'm also unhappy as well. That is what I freaking love about a college basketball coach, man. A college head coach in any sport, I don't care. But he came out there, he addressed the fans head on, which coaches don't have to do, but he did it anyways. And I freaking love that, for one, because it sets the tone of responsibility, not just for coaches that coach for Cincinnati, or not even for Cincinnati, but colleges around America. But also this sets a precedent of responsibility for the players, okay? Because at some point you got to take responsibility for what you're doing on the court and what you're putting on the court. So, man, I love the way that went. I really, really do. I think that it's one of the more phenomenal things that's happened in college basketball this year. And I'd be lying to you if I said that I wasn't rooting for Cincinnati to make the tournament. I really think that they have a shot to make the tournament right now. They're sitting at 17-13. Obviously not too great a chance to make the tournament, but there's a small chance, okay? You've got to go into the Big 12 tournament. You've got to finish strong. You have to win 2 or 3 games in the Big 12 tournament. Look at this upcoming weekend. You've got TCU on the road. TCU's a 20-10 team right now. They're also on the bubble. Is that a team that can get in? I certainly think so. This weekend in the game against Cincinnati, it's a quad two game for TCU. Guys, for Cincinnati, it's a quad 1 game. They're going on the road. If they win this game, surely to God, that is going to help their chances tremendously of getting in the tournament. The Big 12 is in what I think is the best conference in basketball. I don't think it's very close. Obviously, the SEC, you're going to make arguments for the SEC. The Big 10, they're up there as well. The Big East has 2 good teams in it, so they're not there. I don't think the ACC is there yet. The SEC, they've got a few teams, but it's the Big 12 that sets a precedent for physical, all-out, tough basketball, okay? And that's just how it is. That's how it's been over the last, 10, 15, 20 years? That's just how it's been. And that's what I love about the Big 12 right now in basketball. And yeah, I understand this is a show based out of Alabama. Why are we not talking about Auburn, Alabama? Well, right now, we're going to get there, but give me a chance to really break this down, because the Big 12 is really where it's at right now. So don't sit here and don't give me all this, SEC, man, SEC. Yeah, the SEC is good, okay? But the Big 12 is better, and that's just how that's going right now. Hennessy. Golly. I'm going to break out the glasses for a second, because I've got to really dive into it right now. Cincinnati. Can they make the tournament? Somebody, how are you? I'm not Conference USA. I'm just wearing a shirt. I wish I was Conference USA.
Yeah.
Go Gamecocks, baby.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, sir. Hey, we're going with it. Fear the big, baby. What's that?
What are you doing?
I do a live show. I'm live right now. Yes, sir. Yes, this is the Hayden Coker Show. Yeah. Yeah, you can find it on Facebook or YouTube, anything like that. Yes, sir. Hey, go Cox, baby. This guy's Jacksonville State hoodie on, along with the Dallas Cowboys shirt hat on, and I added something. It's pretty cool. I won't lie to you. It's pretty cool. All right, I'm taking the glasses off because starstruck right now. All right, here we go. iPad time. Cincinnati 44th right now in the net. All right, now let's switch to the SEC. Okay, you wanted me to talk about the SEC in college basketball. We're doing it. All right, we're gonna break the fourth wall. I'm talking to you right now. I don't guess it'd be breaking the fourth wall. It isn't necessarily, but I don't know. Anyways, I'm not a film expert. What's happening with the SEC right now? Can Auburn make the NCAA tournament? This is one of those questions that I can sit back and I can answer in a very blunt way. I don't think they make the tournament, but there is a way that they do make the tournament. Now, Auburn had a rough season under first-year head coach Stephen Pearl. I think that they've got some work to do. They certainly have some work to do to make the tournament. Much like A&M, much like some other teams out there. I think Georgia has almost solidified their spot in the tournament, but they've got some work to do, I think. Texas has some work to do. So there's a couple SEC teams out there that are in the same boat as Auburn. You have to if you want to make the tournament, You've got to do a little work. Texas went out, make the tournament. All right, okay, have a good SEC tournament, and then you're going to talk about March Madness. A&M win this weekend, then go into the SEC tournament, win a couple games, then you can really start to talk about March Madness. So I don't know, man. That's where we're at right now with college basketball. I certainly think that it's a big, massive topic for discussion, and I'm all here for it. I'm all here for it. We're going to have Paul Hippler, former Abilene Christian basketball player, on the show in a few weeks. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm certainly excited about that. But for right now, a lot of what we're talking about is just not one, a little bit of expectation and anticipation, but two, a lot of it's going to fall in the hands of what's going to happen. So a lot of it, there is question. So we can question all we want to, but when it comes to predicting the tournament, we're just not going to do it. So we're not even going to try to do that until the bracket comes out. Of course, we don't try to predict how the tournament's going to look, how the bracket's going to look. We predict the tournament bracket. And when the tournament bracket comes out, it's all game. I've never been wrong on a single pick in the NCAA tournament in my life. So I'm really excited to be right again. There's 20 million brackets made, and only rarely did any survive. But fortunately, mine survived every year. I've never been wrong. So I really love that. No, man, this is, like I said, I'm super excited for it. And a few teams that I'm looking for, man, look at VCU, what is it, Virginia Commonwealth? Yeah, Virginia Commonwealth. Are they going to make the tournament? Some of the mid-major teams, if they make the tournament or not, that's going to be a really big topic of discussion. Look at what Miami of Ohio has done this year. They're undefeated on the season right now. They're 30-0. And you've got people like Bruce Pearl who say that even if they lose in the tournament, if they lose one game in their conference tournament, they still don't deserve to be in. Bullcrap, dude. Bullcrap, okay? You go undefeated in the regular season. Hey, they lose the last game of the regular season. I don't care. They deserve to be in. All right, they deserve it. Now, Miami of Ohio, what they've done this year, head coach Travis Steele deserves all his flowers. They deserve to be in, man. They deserve to be in. And I cannot wait to see what they do, how they do, and I hope they win a few games in the tournament. Akron is another one of those teams at the mid-major level that I think could make some noise. Do they got to win their conference? Yes, I think they got to win their conference. But even if they don't, I still think they've got a chance. But they've got that's the thing. They've got to win it. I don't, because if they don't, I don't know if they'd make it. There's a sliver of a chance that they do, but I don't think they will. We'll see how that goes in the coming weeks. But for now, we'll move on. St. Thomas out of the Summit League. North Dakota State, another team that can make it. Let's talk about some more teams out west. We can talk about more teams out west, some mid-major teams. South Dakota State, or not South Dakota State, but South Dakota State. There we go. I just said the same thing again. What am I talking about? Montana State. There we go. Montana State. Are they going to do it? Their conference, I don't know. Montana State not as good as they were this year. Okay. Last year, I think, was their year that they did pretty good. Maybe it was the year before. And I could be getting it wrong. Maybe it's not even Montana State this year, but you get what I'm saying. There's a few teams this year at the mid-major level that I think could make some noise. Liberty's up there. Tulsa's up there. Now, Tulsa had a rough American League Conference go. I thought that they would have done a little bit better in their when it comes to their conference schedule, but they didn't. They didn't do as well. So, I don't know. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But, yeah, I don't know, man. Will some of these teams make the tournament? I don't know. But I almost forgot. I almost forgot. Now, Duncan still in the game, exclamation point on this game against Jackson. I think it's phenomenal. There you see it there, Duncan Ross Thompson, Baby Pollard. He goes in for the dunk against Jackson. And then look at this toward the end. I don't know if you can see it here toward the end. That's the way of one of the most athletic plays that you will ever see. I'm gonna play it one more time. One of the most athletic plays that you will see for a high school team, for a high school athlete. The guy jumps from like 7 feet out. He tries to dunk it. Dylan Palmer steps in to take the charge. Look at it. And I didn't get the enthusiasm I didn't get all the enthusiasm or the electricity that Dylan Palmer showed after taking this charge. But he goes the other way. It's an offensive foul. And Dylan Palmer straight up let his electricity flow. An absolute electric factory. just showing his enthusiasm for the game. And even after he took that foul, he was let's go, a couple of them actually. And it looked like one of the Jackson players. I don't think he meant to do it, but tried to trip Dylan. I don't know if he did or not. I don't know if he tried to. I'm just telling you what I saw. Or maybe he just tripped. But look, they had some words, not words, but Dylan was more so like, come on, man, come on, which I completely agree with. But obviously, I don't know what happened there. So in the stands, I'm not on the court for a reason. I was not good at basketball when I was little. All right, let's move on, guys. This is one of the most I want to say this is probably the most thought out. I say thought out. This is probably the most cool, we'll say cool, graphic that I've made. And this is, we're going to go with this right now. This is, it's not even pulling up, guys. Why is it not pulling up? There we go. So I really like this graphic for one. Really like this graphic for one because it was a lot thought out, really. And I thought about like transfer portal. Where can I go for this? What can I talk about tonight on the show? Boom, figured it out, man. Best use of the transfer portal for first-year head coaches. Now, this is where I have them, man. This is where I have them right now. One, I have LSU, obviously the number one right now. They have the number one portal class, and that's one of the teams that I think Lane Kiffin, he did a really good job in the portal, and he really attacked it with a lot of resiliency. He went after some of the top prospects. He got some of his guys from Ole Miss. So really excited to see what happens with LSU there. TJ Daugherty transfers over from Ole Miss. Now he's at LSU. That's a big and exciting pickup. Winston Watkins, he comes over from Ole Miss. Now he's at LSU. Prince Will Umamielen, now he's over at LSU as well. Sam Levitt, how's he going to turn out this year? I'm one of those guys who's not as high on Sam Levitt as a lot of people are. I think that he's kind of got to prove it, but I'm just not as high on him yet. And I honest to God, I wish I was. I'm just not very high on Sam Levitt. Do I think he will be a good quarterback for LSU? Yeah, of course I will. I don't know how good he will be, whether he will be a middle of the pack quarterback for LSU or middle of the pack quarterback in the SEC for LSU. I don't know, but he has a chance to be really good. Now he's got some pieces around him that I'm really excited to see how those pieces get him to where he needs to be. But he's got to put the ball on the money. He's got to put the ball on target. He's an athletic guy, but I want to see him play quarterback, man. I want to see him play quarterback because LSU, they're going to have that high-powered offense. They're going to have their run game, but I want to see him play quarterback. I want to see him be able to throw it. So that's where I'm at on LSU right now. Solid portal class. And, man, I absolutely love where this LSU and Lane Kiffin-led team is right now. Number 2, we have Ole Miss. Pete Golding did a fantastic job in the portal this year. The number 2 portal class in the nation. Man, how about it, man? How about Pete Golding? Massive fan of Pete Golding's right now for this one reason. He's promoted as head coach from defensive coordinator. I really like the move. Well, at first I didn't really like the move. I just kind of thought they kind of settled. All the players are behind him. I think that with the way that he kind of carries himself, I really think that he's going to be the guy that takes Ole Miss not to the same level that LSU or that Lane Kiffin had him, but maybe somewhere close. Okay, maybe a 9-3. Okay, maybe a 9-3 team. Whether they're going to be 8-4, 9-3, that's still better than what I think some people think that they are going to be. And I'm not saying people think that they're going to fall off completely in year one under Pete Golding, but you got to think they're not going to be the same. They're not going to have that same level of ferocity on offense that they had last year. I just don't see that happening. I just don't. So that's where I have Ole Miss right now. The numbers kind of speak for themselves too. This is coming from 24/7 Sports. Number 1 LSU, number 2 Ole Miss. Speaking of 24/7 Sports. By the way, I want to give a massive shout out to Taylor Corn, who was with the next round and was a sideline reporter at Jacksonville State there for a little bit. Now she has joined 24/7 Sports. Massive shout out to you, Taylor. We're extremely proud of you. Keep growing, and heck of a young career you're having, and go out there, continue to kill it. So that's where we're at right now with Taylor Corn, man. Fantastic. That's awesome of her. We're really proud of her. And Taylor, if you're watching, for whatever reason, if you are, congratulations. Oklahoma State sitting at number 3. I think head coach Eric Morris has went in. He's attacked the portal. He's attacked the portal with a little bit of resiliency. He's got some of his guys from North Texas. He's came into Stillwater. He's really got his level of football in the game. I listened to a podcast the other day. It was On3 talking, or the On3 guys, Andy and Ari Wasserman had him on there, and the whole interview is just phenomenal. I highly encourage you to go listen to that interview with On3 and Ari Wasserman and Andy. So go listen to that because it'll give you a lot more than what I'm about to give you, as far as Coach Morris as a person. But when it comes to this Oklahoma State team right now, I think that the portal pieces they added, they're running back from James Madison, all the North Texas ads. You have the Israel Polk, the wide receiver ad from Akron. I really, really like where this team is. I think that Oklahoma State has a chance to make a lot of noise this year. I think that with the pieces that they have on offense, heck, not even on offense, but defense as well, they retained some corner pieces, and I'm really excited to see what happens with those guys, man. I think that they have a good defense. Obviously, I think defensively is where they're going to be the most questions, but I think defensively they're going to be good. I'm not going to say they'll be elite, but I think that they will be pretty good. And I'm excited to see what comes together on that side of the football for this Oklahoma State team. So that's where I have Oklahoma State right now, man. Producer, go ahead and flip that, all right? Now, let's move on. Kentucky at 4. Really excited to see what Will Stein does with this team. I think that they are great this year. I say great. I think it was a great hire, and I'm really excited to see what they are able to do in year 1 under Will Stein. Excited offensively, excited defensively. I'm excited for a scheme change. For years, we've seen a Mark Stoops-led Kentucky team kind of look the same and just not be very good offensively and be pretty good defensively. Now I think it's time for a little bit of a change. You bring in an offensive-minded guy over from Oregon, and I think that's going to change things. And I think that Will Stein is going to have a pretty good year in year 1. But Kentucky finished 11th in the portal rankings. And by the way, Oklahoma State, they finished 7th in the portal rankings too. Kentucky, they finished 11th. Auburn, Alex Golich, those guys are coming in number 5 right now on this list. They finished number 12 in the portal, number 13 in the portal this year. I think that's great for Auburn. I'd like to see a little more in this next round. Obviously, that's going to be for everybody. I'd like to see a little bit more in the next round when it opens up in early April. So, yeah, man, that's where I'm at right now with those guys. Now, when it comes to California, I think they're a little bit on the same pace. And I mean this when it comes to the portal, not when it comes to the team. I think that they're in a sense of they're in a space of they have to get the guys to prove it. The guys that they brought in, they've got to get them bought in and they've got to prove it. So that's where I'm at with Cal. And then Tosh Lupoi, we talked a little bit about California last week. Head coach Tosh Lupoi, first year, he's going to be great. You have JKS, Jaron Kiabe, Saga Politele. I think he's going to be good at quarterback this year. I think he'll finish probably top 5 ACC quarterbacks at the end of the year. Really excited to see what he does. But, yeah, JKS, man, he's going to be good. He's going to finish in the top 5 in ACC quarterbacks at the end of this year. And Tosh Lupoi might be a top 5 head coach in the ACC by the end of the year. I'm just going to go ahead and let you know. James Franklin, he's up there as well. Those guys actually finished 19th overall in the portal. California finished 14th. And then you have Florida, who finished 28th in the portal. You had Arkansas, who finished 30th. You had UCLA, who finished 33rd. And then you had Kansas State, who finished 39th. So those are a few guys out there that did a phenomenal job out there in the portal. First year head coaches, props to you. Ryan Silverfield, you went out there, you did it. To an extent, not really, but you went out there and you did something that Arkansas needed, I think. So congratulations to you. Thank you to Steel 174. Massive shout out to Steel 174. Those guys are still strong, still reliable. Steel 174. You can go to their Facebook and follow them. STEELE 174. Follow the guys there on Facebook. That's Daniel Dawson, Bobby Welch, and they've got a whole crew of guys behind them that are extremely solid when it comes to putting things together. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. And this has been the Hayden Coker Show, guys. This has been the Hayden Coker Show. I really appreciate everybody for watching. And guys, to those of you who don't know, to those of you who don't necessarily know what's going on here, sorry about the technical difficulties. But hold on one second. Jared Smith says Dabo ain't in there. LOL, that's rhetorical. I think that maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I'm not entirely sure on that one, Jared. But yeah, man, that's the show for tonight. I hope we hit everything that you guys kind of wanted. I hit everything that I wanted to hit. I know that. I really wanted to a little bit deep on the portal and some of the best first-year head coaches. That's kind of where I went with that. I'm extremely excited for where that goes. But yeah, man, like I said, massive shout out to the Steel 174. Massive thank you to Buffalo Wild Wings here in Pell City. You've got Auburn and Ole Miss here, women's college basketball at the SEC tournament on the TV. Man, they've got sports here on every single night. Guys, come on down and watch them over here at Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm telling you, you love it. We all know them. We all love them. Thank you to them. Now, and finally, thank you to Senator Lance Bell. Really appreciate Mr. Lance Bell for all that he's done in my life, all that he's doing for the show. And we really appreciate it, man. Senator Lance Bell, the best man that I know. Senator Lance Bell, the best man that he knows. Then we got, hey, Ron Lee, what's going on, man? Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I really appreciate you. We'll see you guys next time. Like I said every time, man, don't get arrested. I need your viewership.